thank you, Senator Lieberman and Ambassador Wallace, for the kind invitation to come here to this important summit today. It's a great honor to be here and to participate. And in the run-up to the summit, I noted that some detractors wanted to brand this an anti-Iran conference. Well, I have one thing to say about that, and that is, yeah, this conference is not held in honor of the regime in Tehran. That's true. But it's definitely in favor of the Iranian people. And what do I have to prove that I mean that? Well, just look at the Swedish national elections 10 days ago, where my party was #1 among Swedish Iranians. They know what we stand for. So the question today is, will the nuclear deal survive? It hasn't even risen from the dead, and yet we're already discussing if it will last. No, I don't think any nuclear deal with Iran has a great chance of survival, and I have 3 points in that regard. First, history strikes back. The EU has been dominated by the end of history narrative. A silver lining of Russia's invasion of Ukraine has been the awakening of European states from their geopolitical slumber. A nuclear deal would enable and empower Iran, a state sponsor of terrorism. In fact, just last year, an Iranian diplomat was sentenced to 20 years in Belgium for planning to blow up a 2018 MEK rally in Paris. Iran launched a cyber attack against Albania, a NATO member and EU candidate. It threatens global energy supplies that pass through in the Strait of Hormuz, and it is partner to the largest geopolitical threats we face today, China and Russia. And at that point, Iranian suicide drones are being used as we speak by Russia against Ukraine. Iran is also due to become a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, which Russia and China hope to use as a geopolitical counterbalance to NATO in line with the heartland theory. A deal is not in our self-interest, it is expressly against it. Second, taqiyya, a Shiite Islamic doctrine which allows believers to lie and or be deceitful if their security is at risk. And in this instance, the security of the mullahs. Does anyone really believe that they will give up their ambition to obtain nuclear weapons? They are stalling to prevent the safeguard investigations because they know that President Biden and High Representative Borell of the EU are looking for a foreign policy win. And third, the spirit of 1906. In 1906, Iran adopted a constitution which created a parliament, the Majlis. At that time, constitutionalists had to contend with anti-democratic clerics. The people of Iran still aspire to a free, stable, inclusive, and democratic society. A popular chant by protesters in Iran is Jomhuriye Islami Nemikhaim Nemikhaim, which means we don't want an Islamic Republic. Should we ease up on a regime that actively represses, murders, and imprisons its own people for exercising basic political freedoms? A nuclear deal would economically benefit Iran's regime, its supporters, and be used to cause further instability in the Middle East while maintaining the mullahs' grip on power. As we sit here today, we've seen protests erupting again on the streets of Iran, this time in reaction to the death of Mahsa Amini, the 22-year-old Kurdish girl who was beaten to death by the morality police for supposedly improperly wearing her hijab. I would like to take this opportunity to express my strong support for the Iranian people who want to see a free Iran and who are taking to the streets, despite the severe security risks and persecution they face. Let us also remember the names of Iranians who have unlawfully been executed in political trials, such as Navid Afkari and Ruhollah Sam. Let's not forget Ahmad Reza Jalali, a Swedish citizen whose health continues to deteriorate after torture and ill treatment while he's imprisoned in Iran on fake charges. He currently faces a real risk of execution. Let us remember their names and pay tribute to the continued struggle of the Iranian people against the brutal regime. A nuclear deal, ladies and gentlemen, is not in the interest of the United States or Europe. It does not enhance the stability of the Middle East, nor would it be to the benefit of the Iranian people. I hope these interests will prevail and that this nuclear deal will not survive. Thank you.